At 9:17 a.m., Mark's paycheck stopped. Not next month. Not next week. That morning, he was sitting at his kitchen table, coffee in hand, scrolling through his banking app like he did every other payday. But this time, something was wrong. The usual deposit, the one that paid his mortgage, his bills, his life, it wasn't there. He refreshed the screen. Nothing. He chuckled to himself. Must be a system glitch, a simple delay. No big deal. He finished his coffee, got dressed, and headed to the office, completely unaware that his world was about to be turned upside down. Later that morning, an email popped up. Mandatory HR meeting. 11 a.m. The subject line was vague. Organizational update. Mark walked into the conference room and saw a few other familiar faces from his department, all looking a little confused. The HR manager started talking. Words like restructuring, synergies, and streamlining filled the air. Then came the final blow. Your positions have been eliminated, effective immediately. Just like that. A decade of service, loyalty, and late nights erased in a 10-minute meeting. As he packed his personal items into a cardboard box, a strange sense of calm washed over him. He wasn't worried. He was Mark. He had experience. He had a solid resume. Most importantly, he had savings. A nice, comfortable cushion he'd built up over the years. This was just a temporary setback, a brief intermission before the next chapter. He'd take a little vacation, maybe update the kitchen, and then start looking for a new, even better job. He had this under control. The first few weeks felt like that promised vacation. He slept in, hit the gym, and sent out a few resumes. He got calls back almost immediately. The interviews went well. We're very impressed, they'd say. We'll be in touch. But the calls never came. A month passed, then two. The confident emails he sent out started to sound a little more desperate. The confident man who left his office that day was starting to disappear. The savings account, his safety net, was shrinking at an alarming rate. Mortgage payment, car payment, groceries, insurance. Each transaction felt like a small tear in the fabric of his security. He started cutting back. No more dinners out. No more subscriptions. The vacation was officially over. One evening, staring at his dwindling bank balance, a terrifying thought hit him. It wasn't just the money that was gone. By noon on that first day, his savings meant nothing. By nightfall, his identity was gone. He had always been Mark from accounting, the reliable guy, the professional. Without the job, who was he? He was just Mark. His entire sense of self had been tied to a job title, a steady income that he now realized was never truly his. It was conditional. It was dependent on a company that saw him as a line item on a spreadsheet. He thought back to all the opportunities he'd let slide. The friend who wanted to start a small online business with him. The weekend course on digital marketing he bookmarked but never took. The side projects he dismissed. He was always too busy with work. It was too risky to try something new. Maybe later, he'd always say, when things settled down. Now, sitting in the quiet of his living room, the silence was deafening. He finally understood. The money hadn't vanished into thin air. Time did. All those years he could have been building something of his own, something that couldn't be taken away in a 10-minute meeting, were gone. He had traded his time for a paycheck, assuming the paychecks would never stop. The story doesn't end with Mark finding a new passion or launching a successful business. It ends here, in this silence. Because sometimes the most powerful lesson isn't about how to recover. It's about the brutal awareness of what was lost. It is a reminder that the most valuable asset you have isn't your job or your savings account. It's your time. And it's the one thing you can never get back. Don't wait for your 9:17 a.m. moment. Thank you for watching.